food stamps, the SNAP program. The president indicated in the last 16 months that they have removed 5 million people from the food stamp program. Is this true or false? It's actually true, unfortunately. It's actually true. Okay, so let me give you some numbers on this. In fact, I was just out recently the other day in a separate dedicated video, and I was talking about some of the statistics and numbers around the food stamp program. Yes, it is actually true. Going back to last year, the beginning of last year, 2025, through the beginning of this year, 2026. Yes, it is true. The food stamp rolls, as in the number of people enrolled in the food stamp program, has declined by 5 million people, from 42.8 million people down to 37.8 million people. That is a reduction of 5 million people in a 1-year period of time. That's nuts. That's about 416,000 people a month. That's nearly 500,000 people a month. That's craziness right there. Now, imagine this. At the beginning of the year as well, this year, January to February, so 1 month, over 660,000 people lost food stamps benefits, okay? That's why I mentioned at the beginning of the video, food stamp beneficiaries are being caught off guard by this, and food stamp beneficiaries are certainly on high alert with what is going on right now. Now, the reason that I say that is this. Okay, they've removed 5 million people in the last, year. Again, this doesn't even include the months from basically February till now. We got a lot more months. Millions more people could have lost their benefits in the last handful of months here that we're still unaware of. This is just from early 2025 to early 2026 that this time frame is in which he's talking about. That's 5 million people. We could easily be at 7.5 million people, 8 million people by now. I mean, we could be well over that. Okay, but here's something else. Why are food stamp beneficiaries worried about this, on high alert, and pay attention very closely to this information? Here's why. Do you think that this is just a one-time event? 1 year, we're going to spend some time purging people from the food stamp program. No, this is an ongoing thing. This is an ongoing purge of individuals from the food stamp program, so this will continue. Now, I want to make it very clear. I'm not here to scare anybody, okay? I've made that very, very clear in these videos over the years. I am not here to scare anybody. I'm not here to instill fear in anybody. I'm not here to say like, whoa, sky's falling, we're all going to get kicked off, watch out. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm trying to just say, just be aware of what's going on right now. I've made this very clear. In the last year or so, the food stamp program has been massively under attack. We know this, okay? That's not a shock to anybody. I've made that very clear in videos as we saw all this drama coming in, the new rules and parameters, things like that. Now, why are so many people losing benefits? A whole variety of reasons, but a lot of it revolves around the new work requirements. That's what's coming in on this. Now, work requirements have always essentially been in place for the food stamp program, but remember, last summer, they passed the big piece of legislation which raised the work requirement age by 5 years, from 59 to 64. So it's a lot of these individuals between the ages of, say, 59 and 64 that are being pulled into this vortex and basically forced to make two decisions. Make one of two decisions, essentially. Either you work 20 hours a week or 80 hours a month and get your food stamp, or you say, no, not doing that. And then you basically give up your ability to get food stamps. And again, not surprised by this. I called this like a year and a half ago. I said, get ready, because my idea, or my thought, I should say, my thought on this was, basically, the idea here is that they're going to raise the work requirement, for some reason that's hard for me to say, work requirement age, so that people think, I'm not going to work 20 hours a week, 80 hours a month to get $120 in food stamp benefit. Forget about it. I'll lose my benefit. I said that like a year and a half ago, and it looks like this is possibly working as far as the plan to people just basically voluntarily giving up on their food stamps because they don't want to go and work 20 hours a week or 80 hours a month just to get a teeny tiny food stamp benefit, and then also be within all of the confines and the rules of the food stamp program and basically be micromanaged every second of your life with everything you want to buy, right?